I'm with Partition Club in B, and we are the group 4, tackling about road markings. Before we start talking about road markings, so I want to ask what is road markings first to you guys. What? Road markings is what the white lines and yellow lines in the lanes or in the roads. Oh, okay, I see. Yes, it is true. So, road markings is defined as lines, patterns, words, or other devices except signs. It is set to, applied, or attached to the carriageway or to the road, or curbs, or to objects within or in the adjacents to the carriageway or to the roads for controlling, giving warnings, and guiding the motorist and informing the users. So I'm done defining road markings. So let's proceed to road marking colors. As you can see in the roads, there are two specific colors in the lanes, right? The white lines and the yellow lines, right? So what is white lines? So may pasabot ano white lines. White lines is painted on the pavement indicating traffic traveling in your direction. So ano pasabot ano white lines. While the yellow lines marks the center of a two-way road used for two-way traffic. So also you may pass on a two-way road if and only if the yellow center line is broken. Ha? Di ba ina, makapass lang mo if broken ang yellow center line. If solid ganina, mm, do not attempt to pass or do not attempt to counterflow. Very dangerous. So, more on that will be tackled about, but will be defined by the next reporter. Thank you.
One of the classification of road markings is longitudinal marking. Longitudinal marking are placed along the direction of traffic on the roadway surface for the purpose of indicating to the driver his proper position on the roadway. Basically, longitudinal marking are provided for separating traffic flow in the same direction, and the color used is white, and the yellow color used to separate traffic flow on opposite direction. So the main purpose of longitudinal markings is to guide and navigate the driver for forwarding movements and to prohibit overtaking para malikayan ang mga accidents. The types of longitudinal markings are center line and lane line. Center line or separation line mainly separates the opposing streams of traffic and facilitates their movements. The center line may be marked with either single broken line, single solid line, double broken line, or double solid line, depending upon the road and the traffic requirements. For example, in the picture, crossing of solid yellow lines requires special care and is discouraged. It may cause head-on collisions or accidents. Next is lane line. While the center line separates opposing streams of traffic, lane line naman separates the traffic flow in the same direction. Changing lanes is allowed provided that it's safe to do so and will not result in obstruction. Siyempre, when changing lanes, dapat safe sa buhaton and dili ka makablock to other drivers. The types of longitudinal markings are center line, the barrier line, double solid yellow line. Never cross to pass another vehicle unless permitted. Basically, these lines are provided where it is strictly prohibit drivers to overtake other vehicles. Usually, makita nito sa mga curved roads or accident-prone area where visibility is limited. Broken yellow line. It means passing is allowed. Separates lane of traffic moving in opposite direction. Stay to the right of the line unless you are passing a vehicle in front of you. When passing, you may cross the line temporarily when it is safe to do so. Basically, broken yellow line is a center line. It is an indication to the drivers that passing is allowed. Next is single solid yellow line. It means overtaking is prohibited on both directions. Continuous single white line. A continuous single white line used at the edge of a carriageway other than at junction exits from private drives and laybys. Used on the left-hand side of the road and alongside the central reservation of dual carriageway roads. Next is broken white line. Broken white line separates two lanes traveling in the same direction. Once you have signaled, and if it's safe to do so, you may cross this line when they're changing lanes. Double solid white line. A double solid white line separates two lanes of traffic going in the same direction. Crossing a double solid line is prohibited. Left turn only lane. So double solid white line indicates the drivers do not change lane. And drivers are not allowed from overtaking, but they are make left turns if provided nga ang way is clear and safe. Reversible lanes. Some highways have reversible traffic lanes to help handle rush hour traffic. The direction of traffic is normally reversed at set time each day. These pavement markings are used along with the special lane signals and other signs and symbols. So the reversible lanes are commonly found in tunnels or bridges. It allows drivers to switch the direction of traffic flow during certain times and certain conditions, such as rush hours.
Broken and solid yellow lines. Overtaking is permitted on the side of the broken line but not on the side of the solid line. The combination of the solid yellow and the broken yellow center line also shows the center of a two-way roadway. You may pass if the broken line is on your side of the road and safe conditions exist, but you may not pass when a solid yellow line is on your side of the road. Next is double solid yellow line or solid yellow lane on left of traffic direction. A driver must not stop at the side of the road marked with a continuous yellow edge line. A double solid yellow center line shows the center of a two-way road, even if it is not marked with a no passing sign. Passing by traffic traveling in either direction is not allowed on roads marked in this manner. Infinity line. It means the lane is ending or exiting, and the driver must change lanes if the driver wants to continue in the correct direction. Broken lines that are wider and closer together than regular broken lines are termed infinity lines. Using infinity lines on your left side generally means the lane you are in is ending or exiting. Change lane one. Transition. This is traffic pass obstruction and roadways. Infinity And lastly, big center line or solid yellow, broken yellow or white line. This indicates that only one side can overtake the side with a broken line. This is often found entering curves where the view is obstructed coming from one direction but is clear from the opposite side. Transverse marking, used in applications where an immediate action is required by the vehicle operator, mark across the direction of traffic. They are marked at intersections, etc. The type of road marking for a particular intersection depends on several variables such as speed, characteristics of traffic, availability of space, etc. Transverse markings are wider than longitudinal lines to compensate for the low angle at which they are viewed. Transverse markings consist of: first is stop lines. It indicates the position beyond which the vehicle should not proceed when required to stop by control devices like signals or by traffic rules. Warning: if you pull out at the wrong time, you could cause an accident. Even making a driver slow down or you could fail your driving test. Failure to stop at a stop line will result in you failing your driving test. Other marking lines, pedestrian crossing, or also called crosswalk, is a painted road surface where pedestrians may cross a road. They are part of safety system which allows people to cross roads when it is safe to do so. In towns and cities, traffic and pedestrians are both users of roads. There must be rules which keep pedestrians safe but allow traffic to flow as smoothly as possible. Next is give way or holding lines, are markings consisting of two adjacent broken white lines across the carried way at which drivers must give way to all traffic in accordance with the standard sign. It has 300 millimeters wide with 9 segments, 600 millimeters long, separated by 600 millimeters gaps. Next is roundabout holding lines. Vehicles within the rotunda have the right of way over vehicles which are just about to enter. Engineers use the term modern roundabout to refer to junctions installed after 1960 that incorporate various design rules to increase safety. Both modern and non-modern roundabouts, however, may bear street names or identified colloquially by local names such as a circle, road circle, traffic circle, rosary, rotunda, or island. Next is parking bay. Is used to park but take note of PWD parking spaces. Lastly is box junction or the not block intersection lines. Consists of yellow box within the intersection and yellow diagonal lines forming an X inside the box. The box should be open or no vehicle should stay inside the box to avoid obstruction to other vehicles. It is a road traffic control measure designed to prevent congestion and gridlock at junctions.
Other marking lines. First, loading and unloading bay lane line. It is the broken white line used to indicate the proper location of loading and unloading zone of the vehicle. Parking description. Loading and unloading is allowed in parking bays and lane lines only if they are safe to use. Vehicles must be seen with use or loading and unloading. Next is bus and PNG lane line. It's a broken yellow line used to separate other vehicles from the buses and PNG and so creates big object markings. Objects within the roadways. These markings is to raise the awareness of the hazards in the roads. Marking on carbs. First one is carbs. Carbs or curb in the edgeway, a raised pavement, sidewalk, footpath, road median, or road shoulder meets unraised street or other roadway. The yellow marks on the curb or at the edge of the way indicate that loading or unloading is prohibited at the time shown on the nearby black and white plates. Other marking lines, object adjacent to the roadway, used to mark roadside conditions such as narrow shoulder drop-offs, gorges, small islands, and abrupt changes in roadway alignment.
Raised pavement marking is a safety device used on roads. These devices are usually made with plastic, ceramic, thermoplastic paint, glass, or occasionally metal, and come in a variety of shapes and colors. Eye. White is used to indicate the center line of a single carriageway road or the lane marking of a dual carriageway. Red and amber cat's eyes denote lines that should not be crossed. Red is used for the left side of a dual carriageway. Amber is used for the right side of a dual carriageway. Chevron markings are often used to guide traffic into the right turning lane separated by an island, such as a corner island, a signalized intersection. Next, rumble strips. Thermoplastic paint marking designed to aid and provide motorists with visual audio and motion warnings on the road. Railroad crossing. This head of a train. Motorcycle lanes. Lane allotted for motorcycle riders and can be shared by other vehicles. Bus lane. Designated lanes for buses. Bus drivers are not allowed to use other lanes except when instructed by enforcers or when turning through an intersection. Pavement arrows. Used for lane control and in white color. For bicycles only. Painted in the pavement by a solid white line along either side or street. Speed limit at 60 km per hour. A speed limit of pavement markings to supplement the speed limit posted on the roadside.